Good morning, everyone. Here's your Mormon news update for October 11th, 2025. To kick off today, I want to express my deep appreciation for your dedicated listenership and support. I genuinely love what I do. In 2025 alone, I had the privilege of posting over 200 full-length episodes already. The Mormon Church seems an endless source of content. This journey has taught me a tremendous amount about both the church that I thought I understood and my own perspectives, which I am continually analyzing and reforming. It is a true pleasure to have all of you along on this journey, and I thank you again for being such an integral part of this community and my deconstruction. This next week, my bestie is coming into town, so there might be one day where I'm not able to do a report. I do have a few special reports prepared though, so just hang in there. Also, as a heads up, since I started this journey, I have appeared on 2 different podcasts to chat about my story a bit and who I am. The first was Latter Daily Digest with Jean and Maven about a year ago, and the second was more recent when I sat down with Randy and Jean on the Momo Nomo channel. If you want to watch those episodes and learn a little bit more about me, I will put the links in the show notes. Now let's talk about David Sparks. His public Instagram page says, "People always ask how I learned to speak Spanish and Portuguese. Here's your answer. When I was 19, I left home for 2 years to serve a Mormon mission in Bolivia and Brazil. I spent a lot of time walking around the jungle finding people to teach the gospel to. Serving a mission was one of the best decisions I ever made. It taught me how to put other people's needs ahead of my own and also helped me develop my sense of bullheaded persistence that has helped me grow my business and empire. Here are some pics from my time there. These will also help you understand why my baby face needed to grow a beard. #ElderHeavyD. P.S. Yes, I'm still an active member of the church and damn proud of it." And KSLNewsRadio.com says, David Sparks of TV show Diesel Brothers and YouTube channel Heavy D Sparks was booked into the Salt Lake County Jail on Tuesday amid legal issues stemming from his alleged failure to pay plaintiffs in a 2021 case. Court documents from October 2nd show defendants, including Sparks, Joshua Stewart, Diesel Power Gear LLC, and B&W Auto LLC, were found jointly liable to pay Utah physicians for a healthy environment over violations to the Clean Air Act. The initial suit alleged that the Diesel brothers knowingly removed federally required pollution control equipment on diesel vehicles and manufactured, sold, and installed aftermarket exhaust systems. The court ruled against the Diesel brothers, and they were ordered to pay $843,602.23 in penalties in 2021. But Sparks and his co-defendants never paid up, and they were found in contempt of the order on June 24, 2024. In January, a judge again ordered the fees to be paid, asking Sparks and the other defendants to produce various documents and information to plaintiff. The order warned the defendants that failure to do so would result in their arrest. Then, a second order was filed by the court, and the defendants failed to comply. Defendants have failed to demonstrate their compliance with the fees order and first and second enforcement orders, the order states. On October 2nd, a bench warrant was signed ordering the arrest of Sparks for contempt of court. Booking information showed that Sparks was taken into custody on Tuesday, and the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office said federal marshals carried out the arrest. Sparks' hearing was scheduled for Wednesday, but court documents filed by the defense asked the court to postpone the hearing until Thursday or Friday, citing scheduling conflicts. I am now wondering how his mission experience is helping him during his jail time. Next, we will go to Washington State, where a lawsuit filed against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints alleges that the church permitted a convicted offender to have access to children, resulting in the SA of 4 boys, one as young as age 5, in Mount Lake Terrace. The complaint, filed Monday in King County Superior Court, claimed the church allowed David Herget to attend church services and actively participate in the Mount Lake ward after his 1993 conviction, according to a press release. In 1993, Herget was a high priest in the ward when he was convicted of essaying his 13-year-old daughter, the release said. The complaint alleges church members advocated for Herget's early release and wrote letters urging leniency, resulting in Herget serving 180 days of a 7-year sentence. In 2001, Herget was allegedly allowed to attend church services and participate in the ward before his release from state supervision, the release said. Herget was tasked with printing printing and disseminating programs during Sunday services, and would allegedly enlist the help of young boys at his home, which, according to the press release, the church was aware of. A representative from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints did not respond to requests for comments on Tuesday. The press release claims Herget created special programs with candy inside that he would distribute to young boys within sight of the ward bishop and the stake president when he was visiting. The complaint alleges the church permitted Herget to dress up as Santa Claus and have young church members sit on his lap during the holiday season. In 2002, Herget was allegedly rebaptized in the LDS Church, a measure extended to excommunicated members who have repented. The press release alleges that Herget had not repented and was abusing 3 victims at the time. In 2004, Herget was reinstated as a high priest, the release said. According to court documents, Herget died on July 2, 2005, at the age of 62. For years, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints allowed this depraved offender to have unrestricted access to countless children, the most vulnerable members of their community, Stan Geip from Dolman Law Group said in the press release. After years of systemic abuse at the hands of someone that the church empowered, our clients are finally seeking justice from this morally corrupt institution that sat by idly and allowed this horrific abuse to occur. We will do everything in our power to ensure that the LDS Church is held fully accountable for their purposeful neglect of these children, and to force change so that other innocent children never have to experience this type of evil again. As a reminder, the church's website says this about the church's handling of abuse. The church has long had a highly effective approach for preventing and responding to abuse. In fact, no religious organization has done more. Although no one system is perfect and no single program will work with every organization, the church's approach is the gold standard. Now let's talk about BYU. This article says Brigham Young University Broadcasting agreed to pay more than $1.5 million to resolve a class action lawsuit claiming it violated the Video Privacy Protection Act (VPPA) by sharing ByuTv subscriber data with Meta without consent. The ByuTv settlement benefits individuals who had a Facebook account, a registered account with ByuTv, and who viewed one or more videos on ByuTv.org between November 12, 2022 and May 9, 2025. Plaintiffs in the class action lawsuit accused ByuTv of violating the VPPA by disclosing subscriber information to Meta through a Meta pixel on its website. This pixel allegedly allowed ByuTv to share information about the videos users watched on the platform. BYU Broadcasting has not admitted any wrongdoing, but agreed to a $1.5 million class action settlement to resolve the allegations. Under the terms of the ByuTv settlement, class members can receive an equal share of the net settlement fund. Exact payment amounts will vary depending on the number of claims filed with the settlement. No payment estimates are available at this time. In addition to providing cash payments, BYU Broadcasting agreed to suspend the operation of the Metapixel on BYuTv pages that include video content. This change will help BYU Broadcasting comply with the VPPA and other privacy laws. The deadline for exclusion and objection is October 14, 2025. Part of BYU's mission under President Shane Reese is to cultivate a covenant community and have courage to be different from the world. Seems they've got a ways to go. Not to mention that Clark Gilbert, the LDS Church Commissioner of Education, also said in a 2022 devotional, BYU will become an educational Mount Everest, only to the degree it embraces its uniqueness, its singularity. We could mimic every other university in the world until we get a bloody nose in the effort, and the world would still say, BYU who? No, we must have the will to be different and to stand alone. If necessary, being a university second to none in its role, primarily as an undergraduate teaching institution that is unequivocally true to the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. This has been a long preamble to confirm at least 3 things about this school in Zion. BYU can change your life if you will let it. BYU students carry the hopes of so many across the entire church. BYU is prophetically led and will remain a spiritual beacon to the world. My assignment today, both as a general authority and also as the Commissioner of Church Education, is to focus on the spiritual and moral purposes of this flagship university in the church education system. If an organization is led by revelation, the expectation is that its operations would reflect higher ethical and legal standards, thus avoiding such serious and costly compliance failures. Maybe, just maybe, BYU is just led by people. We will finish today with this image of Russell Nelson's coffin being rolled out to his funeral while Dieter Uchtdorf dons a particularly interesting look on his face. And now this quote, "Let me never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted." And that's your update for today, folks. I absolutely hope you have the day that you deserve.